She was there while the verdict was read. And of course, Heather, from the beginning, they insisted that this case was not about Breonna Taylor, but her family was there in the courtroom on most days. Breonna Taylor's presence certainly felt on every single day of this trial. What was their reaction when the verdict was read?
Doug, absolutely. And as you might expect, Breonna Taylor's family looked defeated and disappointed after that verdict was read aloud. Brett Hankison, though, was visibly shaking moments before they said the verdict. I want to show you all his reaction right there. As soon as he heard those words, not guilty, for the first time, you can see tears rolling down his face. That is relief from Hankison. But of course, again, others inside the courtroom just looking defeated. Breonna Taylor's mother and other members of her family walked out after the verdict was read with nothing to say. Now again, this case has nothing to do with her death, but he was the only officer out of 3 total who fired a weapon the night she was killed to actually be charged. Her family had nothing to say, and prosecutors would only tell us that they respect the jury's decision. Now I asked Hankison's attorney, Stu Matthews, if he had anything to say to Taylor's family, who again have been following this trial very closely.
Is there anything that you would want to say to Breonna Taylor's family that was in the courtroom?
I told Breonna Taylor's family in closing argument, I tried to, that it was a terrible tragedy. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. And as I said in the closing argument, it all revolves back to Kenny Walker.
Now, Kenneth Walker was Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, and there that night, he's the one who fired the single shot that hit LMPD Sergeant John Mattingly. His charges in that incident were dismissed. Hankison testified on his own behalf that he fired his gun to protect his fellow officers who were at the door during the raid that night. Now, we also asked Hankison's attorney if Hankison has considered becoming a police officer again. Stu Matthews told us that they haven't talked about it. They are just taking this one day at a time. Live from the Judicial Center, I'm Heather Fontaine, WHAS 11 on your side.